In previous lesson, you got familiar with the basics of FM synthesis. So can anybody remember what are the essential modules of an FM? We had two oscillators. The carrier
and the modulator.
The modulator one, yeah. Furthermore, we modified three parameters. The carrier frequency, the modulator frequency or rate, and the modulation depth, or in other words, modulation amplitude. Now in this lesson, we are going to extend this basic construction and create a bit more complex one. I will show you how to create a professionally detailed envelope unit. Okay. As you've mentioned, it is necessary to have at least two oscillators, one for the carrier and one for the modulator. In addition, we need some other objects like multiply tilde and plus tilde. I will go on step by step so you can reproduce my work immediately on your computers. First, let's create an easy deck and a gain. If you are done with it, here comes the so-called cycle tilde. This object produces sinus oscillation, which is the most suitable waveform for a basic FM. Alright, just to make it clear for everyone, the character tilde refers to audio signal. It would be very important for you to remember it because it might cause confusion later. For example, there are two types of multiply tilde. A simple one that deals with numbers, and another one which contains that tilde in its name, and it only deals with audio signal processing. So, as we saw earlier, it is possible to create a direct frequency transposition if a number box is plugged into the left inlet of the cycle tilde. But in this case, we don't have further possibilities to make changes. Therefore, another object has to be used, which is plus tilde. It can combine two audio signals by addition. Now I'm creating a number box that can be plugged into one of the inlets of plus tilde. So as you can see in my example, I plug it into the left inlet of plus tilde. By the way, it doesn't matter if you plug it into the right, because in the case of addition and multiplication, the two number is commutable. Okay. So with this number box, the carrier frequency will be controlled. The fifth step is the creation of multiply tilde. The function of this object is similar to plus tilde. It combines two audio signals, however not by addition, but by multiplication. I connect it to the remaining free inlet of plus tilde. Now here comes our second cycle tilde object. That will be the modulator oscillator. Okay, there are two types of number box. One that generates integers and another one that generates phonums. In this case, it is enough to use integers because the cycle tilde assigns each integer to a certain frequency value, so the resolution will be relatively good. But in some other cases, it might happen that the resolution is not fine enough when using integers. Therefore, another more detailed scale has to be used with the floating box. But now, integer will be good. Right. A second one has to be connected to the left inlet of cycle tilde. The third number box has to be connected to the multiply tilde, but this time a flow num will be proper in order to achieve higher resolution later. Classic FM sound. All right, so far we passed along the previous lessons material, but now it's time to do something new. Let's make an envelope module for the carrier oscillator by using an object that is called function. All right, in most synthesizers and samplers, there are a 4-unit envelope. These units have well-known names. Does anybody know these names?
ADSR.
Yeah, attack, decay, sustain, and release. This division is the most common, but it can happen that there are only 2 phases, such as attack and release, or 5 phases, like attack, hold, decay, sustain, release. Okay, back to the Max MSP. With this object, we have unlimited possibilities to create as many envelope units as we wish. Just lock the patch and left click on the rectangle and make a point. In order to delete the point, hold Shift button and left click on it. Alright, if you want to adjust the absolute time, unlock the patch, right click on the rectangle and view inspector. There you can see a parameter called high domain display value. The default set is 1000 milliseconds. So if you want a bit shorter or longer sound, just type another value. I doubled the amount to 2000 milliseconds. And you can see the change in the rectangle. The timeline has been extended. All right. As we saw, function has several outputs. Now we are going to use the second one, which requires a line tilde. The role of this object is to create the ramp or envelope that we determined with the function. whose output goes to the left inlet of line. In other words, line tilde converts the numeric value into audio signal. Okay, now I'm connecting to the left outlet of line tilde to a new multiply object. This multiply has to be inserted between the gain and the cycle, the carrier cycle. Right. In order to trigger the sound, a bang can be used. I connect it to the input of function. Okay, it works. Alright, the next module that will be put into this patch is the modulator frequency envelope. The method is just the same as in the previous steps. We need a function, a line, and a multiply tilde. All right. So far, the modulation frequency rate has been controlled by this simple number box. But now this box will be integrated into this new module. So I disconnect and reroute it to the free inlet of multiply tilde, whose output goes to the cycle tilde. I have no. Okay. We need a bang. For the sake of convenience, I use only one bang to trigger. But in other cases, when you compose an entire piece, you may use different bangs to trigger. Okay, the last module that will be put into this patch is the modulator depth envelope. Since the method is absolutely the same as the previous, you save time by using copy-paste. This is the modulator depth, this number box. So disconnect, reroute, and connect the multiply with another multiply. And a bang. Oh, pretty good sound.